Sometimes in baseball, even the most strategic, calculated plays can lead to the most unintentionally hilarious moments. You see something happen on the field, and for a second, everyone involved just looks confused. And this past weekend, in the game between the Los Angeles Angels and the Los Angeles Dodgers, we got one of those moments, involving a veteran pitcher, a superstar hitter, and one of the more unusual plays in baseball, the intentional balk. And it was made even funnier by Shohei Ohtani's reaction. First, let's talk about the intentional balk. Before technology like PitchCom became common, teams were constantly worried about opponents stealing signs. One of the best places to steal signs from is second base, where a runner has a clear view of the catcher's signals. So, an old-school strategy you used to see was a pitcher intentionally committing a balk, an illegal motion on the mound, just to force the runner from second to third base. It gives the runner an extra base. Yes, but it clears them out of sign-stealing position when a big hitter is coming up. Even with PitchCom, which helps prevent visual sign stealing between catcher and pitcher, a runner at second can still potentially pick up on catcher's location signals or timing. So, moving them to third is still sometimes seen as strategically beneficial to allow the pitcher to focus purely on the batter. Which brings us to Saturday's game. Late in the game, the Angels were up by 2 runs against the Dodgers. Angels veteran closer Kenley Jansen was on the mound. The Dodgers had a runner on second base, none other than Shohei Ohtani. And coming to the plate was Mookie Betts, 2 of the most dangerous hitters in baseball, coming up with Ohtani in a key scoring position. Kenley Jansen decided this was the perfect moment to employ the intentional balk strategy. He deliberately made a motion that is considered an illegal balk, specifically to force Shohei Ohtani from second to third base. Strategically sound, right? Move the potential tying run closer, but get him out of sight line for sign stealing with one of the game's best hitters at the plate. But here's where it got hilarious. Kenley Jansen commits the blatant, obvious balk, and Shohei Ohtani just stayed at second base. He didn't move. It was like he was thinking, "Nah, I'm good here, thanks." Though Jansen himself was reportedly a bit confused. The umpires initially seemed unsure of what was happening. It wasn't a real balk in the sense of messing up his delivery, it was intentional. Jansen actually had to signal and tell the umpires and Shohei Ohtani that he was intentionally balking. He had to essentially say, "Hey, ump, yeah, that was a balk." He goes to third, and even then, according to the report, Ohtani hilariously tried to stay put at second. He was apparently reluctant to take the free 90 feet. It took the home plate umpire, Alex Tosi, having to specifically point towards third base, directing Ohtani to advance, for the Dodgers superstar to finally comply and jog over to third. It was such an absurd visual, a top closer using a rare strategy, a superstar hitter appearing to briefly debate the rules of baseball on the base paths, and umpires having to clarify that, yes, an intentional balk still results in a runner advancing. As the article humorously put it, if only Ohtani was allowed to take a page out of the NFL and decline the penalty, which, of course, is not a thing you can do with a balk in Major League Baseball. Kenley Jansen confirmed after the game that it was absolutely intentional. "I definitely wanted the intentional balk there," Jansen said via MLB.com. He explained his reasoning, with Mookie hitting Shohei at second. "I thought it was best for him to be at third. I didn't want him seeing any of the locations where Logan O'Hop, the catcher, is sitting. So that was definitely the plan there." Strategy executed. And did the strategy work? In this specific instance, yes. Mookie Betts lined out to end the game, leaving Ohtani stranded at third. The whole interaction was a perfect blend of old-school baseball strategy and modern baseball comedy. A rare, almost forgotten tactic reappearing, leading to confusion, laughter, and one of the game's biggest stars having a funny, brief standoff with the umpires over being given a free base he apparently didn't immediately want. It's a reminder that even with all the technology and analytics in the game today, baseball can still surprise you with its weirdness and provide hilariously human moments involving its biggest stars. Ohtani trying to decline a balk and stay at second? Only in baseball. Baseball strategy can sometimes lead to unexpected and even humorous moments, as seen in the game between the Los Angeles Angels and the Los Angeles Dodgers on Saturday. A seemingly routine intentional balk turned into a funny interaction between Angels pitcher Kenley Jansen and Dodgers base runner Shohei Ohtani. In the ninth inning of the game, with the Angels holding a lead, Kenley Jansen was on the mound facing Mookie Betts with Shohei Ohtani on second base. In a move sometimes used by pitchers to disrupt a runner and prevent potential sign stealing, Jansen intentionally committed a balk. The goal was to simply advance Ohtani to third base. However, the play didn't unfold as straightforwardly as planned. According to the report, Jansen was initially confused when both Ohtani and the umpires didn't immediately react to the obvious balk. He reportedly had to explicitly tell them that he had balked. Adding to the humor, Shohei Ohtani then, hilariously tried to stay put at second base, despite the call that should have sent him to third. It took home plate umpire Alex Tosi physically pointing towards third base for Ohtani to finally comply and move. Jansen later confirmed his strategic reason for the intentional balk, explaining that with a dangerous hitter like Mookie Betts at the plate and Ohtani on second, he felt it was best for him to be at third, specifically stating he didn't want Ohtani seeing any of the pitch locations being signaled by the catcher. While Ohtani couldn't actually decline the balk like a penalty in football, his amusing reluctance to advance to third provided a lighthearted moment in the game. Despite the brief confusion, the strategy ultimately worked for Jansen. As Mookie Betts lined out to end the game, Shohei Ohtani continues to redefine what's possible on a baseball field. In his 8th MLB season, the Los Angeles Dodgers designated hitter has reached yet another historic milestone, showcasing a level of all-around offensive prowess rarely, if ever, seen before. According to Opta Stats, Ohtani is the first player in Major League Baseball history to accumulate at least 15 home runs, 10 stolen bases, 45 runs scored, and 25 walks over a 42-game span to begin a season. This incredible benchmark highlights his elite power, speed on the base paths, ability to score runs, and exceptional plate discipline, a truly unique combination of skills. This latest milestone is just part of a scorching start to the 2025 season for the reigning National League MVP. Following a recent game where he went 2 for 5 with 2 homers and 6 RBIs in the Dodgers' dominant 19-2 win over the Athletics, Ohtani's season stats are simply staggering. He's currently batting .310 with a .409 on-base percentage and a .673 slugging percentage, resulting in a career-high 1.082 OPS and a 203 OPS plus. He also leads all of MLB with 15 home runs and 48 runs scored, powering the Dodgers to the best record in baseball at 29-15. At 30 years old, Ohtani appears to be having an even better season than his historic 2024 campaign, where he became the first player with a 50-homer, 50 stolen base season. This unprecedented start suggests that another 50-50 season isn't out of the realm of possibility if he stays healthy. Even if he falls short of that lofty mark, he could potentially become the first player in MLB history with multiple 40-homer, 40 stolen base seasons. With his current level of play, Ohtani is already an early favorite to win his 4th career MVP award and potentially his 3rd consecutive, which would place him in exclusive company alongside Barry Bonds as the only players to achieve that feat. Shohei Ohtani's historic start to 2025 is a testament to his continuous improvement and extraordinary talent, as he continues to chase records and lead the high-powered Dodgers. The baseball world watches in awe of a player truly in a class of his own.